Hey y'all, it's your girl Sojourner's Troops here, and I am back with another video. I got the angel on today because I'm going to be blessing y'all with some tips, tricks, and ideas, yes again, to moving, saving, and budgeting. I know a lot of people think it is so tedious to move and save and budget and all of that. So I am here to try and help ease the process. I have a few tricks and ideas that can help you guys. Step one, I feel like it's always beneficial to know your budget. Writing out your expenses is really helpful so you can see what you're going to be spending every month. A lot of people don't really understand what they're spending every month because they can't really see for themselves what's being spent. Writing out all your bills, memberships, how much you're spending on groceries, utilities, approximately every month is very helpful. You can create a budget board at home. It's fun, it's easy, and it's beneficial. This is one that I've created that can help. Okay y'all, so let's get started. At the top where you wrote budgeting board, you would just put a line right under there, and under that line you would write out what your job is. Under that, you would write out what your hourly is, your daily, your weekly, and your monthly. And the reason for that is so that we can get a precise number of what your leftover money would be. On the side of that, you would then write out what all your bills would be, like your rent, your phone, your Wi-Fi, utilities, groceries, all those things that you're spending every month. And after you get that number, that will be considered your final pay for your bills. I know some people's utilities fluctuate, so it doesn't have to be the exact numbers. Just get the approximate number and write it right there. This is your taxes section, and a lot of people don't really keep in mind that taxes are always taken out of your paychecks. Every state has a different percentage for how much is being taken out. You would have to look up what it is in your state and put it up on those lines that I have right here. And then with your gross pay that we just got for your hourly, your daily, your weekly, and monthly, borrow that number real quick and use it to multiply each percentage that you got by. So if your gross pay happens to be $1,200, you would take that number and multiply it by the federal tax that you got on your first line. So the new numbers that you get on each line are basically what's being taken out of your paycheck and taxes. So you would just add up all those numbers, and once you get that final number, you would subtract it from your gross pay. Once you've done that, that sum that you get is your net pay. So now that we've gotten that net pay, we're going to move over into the right side to try and figure out what our final sum will be for the month. With that number that you got for your bills, and subtract it from your net pay, and once you do that, that'll be your leftover money. A tip that I like to throw in there is that you should always put 10 to 15% towards savings or more, depending on what your money looking like a month. But having savings is always helpful. I'll go on to explain why, but always try to put a percentage towards savings, even if it's just 5%. One thing I always say is to go out less and act broke. If you do not have enough to spend every month, then do not do it. In 2019, cable is not necessary. Netflix offers great discounts. Always ask about what incentives are around your area and being given out to students. Take advantage of whatever is being given out for free. If you're in an apartment complex, try to go to the office near you and ask if they give out free Wi-Fi. Most complexes do, so do not miss out on that good deal, because Wi-Fi and cable is very expensive, and in 2019 it's just not necessary. So like I said, open your eyes and open your hands and try to see what's been given out. And when you're first starting out, you do not have enough for expensive grocery stores like Mariano's or Whole Foods. You might need to sit back and relax. Cup noodles, noodles with beef, microwavables, things like that are necessary when you're trying to save up and move out and get things done and start moving and shaking, okay? At Walmart, at Square, they have cup noodles for 25 cents. Spaghetti and noodles, that can last you a whole week. There are so many little dishes that you can create that can last you a whole week. You don't need to overspend on big meals that aren't necessary. When you're first looking into apartments or a house, do not stress yourself out looking 2 to 3 months in advance. That is just way too much on you, and it's just hurtful when you have your heart set out for a certain place and somebody else took it and you wanted that place so bad. Try to look at some places between 2 to 3 weeks, because then you at least know it's not much competition and you know that you might have a chance of getting that place. When you look too early, you don't really have a chance, because the time that you're going to be moving, somebody else might have already taken that place. Make sure to look on places like Zillow, Craigslist, Redfin, places like that, because those type of engines are always updated. So you can look on that website every day and there's something new for you to look at. And always look for homes close to your job. Do not stress yourself out driving and commuting to places 45 minutes out. Try to look for a place 15 or 20 minutes near you or closer. I have worked 45 minutes from a job before, and even with the car, it was stressful because you don't know what might happen on your commute there. It could be a crash, a tire could be flattened, anything could happen. So just to block all that out, try and find a place that's close to your job or your school, because even if there is something that comes up along the way, you know that you can still have a chance of getting there on time with something else like Uber or a train or a bus. I think 30 minutes tops is how far you should be from where you're working or where you're going to school, because at least it's not too long but not too short. I think too short is the best, but at least it's not too long. 45 minutes to an hour is too much for anyone. Over an hour is definitely too much. Try to keep your eye on homes with all utilities included, because that is going to be very helpful to you every month when someone is paying for those extra utilities that you might have to pay, like gas, electric, water, etc. And that can be an extra $200 to $300 a month that you don't have to be paying. The second thing that is going to help you the most is to save. So when you get a car, it is a necessity that you get insurance for it. And the reason for that is because you don't know what might happen regarding that car. So it's best to have savings, because it's like insurance. It's a backup plan for you. You should be making double or maybe even triple what your rent would be. And the reason for that is you need snuggle room to have extra money for yourself and your home and your family. One thing I always do to make back extra money is to sell old things that I don't use. OfferUp, LetGo, Craigslist are very, very, very good apps to sell things. Those are very successful apps that you can use to sell things around the house that you don't need. People are like so fast and will buy your stuff, and I mean it. Start a savings for yourself at your bank. You can also have a little piggy bank at your house, because quarters, dimes, nickels, all that stuff adds up over time, and that can be, again, another sum of money for you to spend towards things that are necessary for you to live, like rent. Be content and do not compare yourself to others. Worry about you and your hustle. When you compare yourself to others, that is taking away your joy. And when your joy is being taken away, that is affecting your hustle. And that's basically affecting your coin. So do not try to compare yourself to someone else, because everyone has their own flaws and their own struggles, and everyone's going through their own path. So worry about what you have. You actually have way more than what you think, and that's why it's best to write out exactly what's being spent and what you're getting every month. Lastly, the moving process can be really, really tedious. It can seem really, really tedious. But with willpower and drive, you can get it done. There are many apps that you can use where people are offering their help for lower prices than it might be for a moving company. I do not recommend a moving company because they cost way too much. You can use things like Craigslist, Dolly, or Lucky. Those are really, really good apps where you can find people who are offering their services, especially Craigslist. Craigslist has people who are just has a truck and they're just like, okay, I'm offering my services for this day or this week, and it'll be really, really cheap. But be careful, be cautious. Thank y'all so much for watching. That is all for my tips, tricks, and ideas. I really, really hope I was helpful for you all. Let me know in the comments what tips and tricks you guys like the most, and also let me know what things I didn't add that you have to offer to the people that are reading these comments. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell button, because I'm going to be back, of course,